this occurred to me, and I just want to put it out there. That's all. And so I thought I asked the smartest people on this side of heaven about it, my experts. So Nick, you
Eh?
said you're a Christian, right?
Yeah.
Why are you getting nervous?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the question.
Does the Bible say, "Blessed are the pure at heart, for they shall see God"?
I don't know.
Do you know if that is?
Let me ask Google. Blessed are the what?
Are the pure of heart, for they shall see God.
I think so.
Or
Is
is
that
it-
the Beatitudes?
Asking Nick and not Hake.
That's right, the homemade Christian. Is that in the Bible, James? Something like that.
The pure in heart? Yeah, something
Blessed
like
are
that.
the pure at heart, for they shall see God.
Correct.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
What does
It
that
for
mean?
sure says it.
Huh? What did you say?
I said it for sure says it.
Oh, you asked Google.
I heard something.
What does that mean, James?
It means blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
And what does that mean?
I don't know, but it kind of indicates to me that the people who aren't pure in heart cannot see. I think that's about all I have for you.
What do you think? I mean, you didn't even know it existed, right?
I had heard something like that.
From Google.
No, even before Google.
What do you think that mean? Have you ever wondered what does that mean?
Not exactly. I'm not entirely sure. Blessed are the
okay.
pure in heart. It's just what it says.
And I've been hearing this all my life. Chris, you're a little Christian,
Oh yeah, big time.
a little conservative Christian,
That's right.
not a hand throwing Christian, not a hallelujah Christian.
Nope. Keep it to
You're
yourself.
known to throw little hands.
Oh, throw hands, yeah. Lifting holy hands, I keep it to myself.
So, have you heard "Blessed are the pure heart, for they shall see God" or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
And what does it mean? And what does it mean to you, if it means anything?
James explained it pretty slowly and pretty soundly. Yeah, I mean, it just, as we talk about God and Christ, they rejuvenate the heart, the black heart, the sinful heart, and therefore when you have the redeemed soul, the pure heart, then you are, truly in the presence of God, and therefore you are blessed. So that is what that means.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about that this morning. It just occurred to me for some reason that salvation is of the heart. When we're born again, we're born of the heart. And I was thinking about how all my life, and now that I counsel with people and I talk to folks on the radio here and up and down the roads, their focus is on the vices and not on the heart, right? And so what I've noticed is that if the people knew that salvation was from the heart has to change from hate to love, then life would be amazing, but you'll be born again of the Father. And that in the Bible, it talks about that a lot. Blessed are the pure heart, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs, or something like that. I would turn the heart from stone to love. Salvation is of the heart, the kingdom of heaven within. But that focus is not being talked about. And so it's not being talked about in the homes. It's not being talked about in the churches. And the wrong way is being taught. And as a result, we don't have love on the earth. A few people have love, but they have not been born of God of love. It's just a mess because it's of the heart. And the Bible talks about it, but even the intellectual Bible thumpers of the church are not teaching that at all. But Chris is right. It's of the heart. And that's the way you enter into the kingdom. God will change your heart from hate to love. And it's unfortunately, it's not been understood. Isn't that amazing?
Even in the Old Testament, I think it said that David, as in King David, before he was king maybe, was a man after God's own heart.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wonder, I know why I think, but I wonder why that talk is not being discussed about salvation so that people can know their heart need to change rather than their vices.
I think it has to do with the intellectualism of the Christians now and of society now. because it's all about gotchas and this imitation of logic that people have from the knowledge that they've picked up from the Bible and stuff.
That makes sense.
And it's not even from the Bible, it's from each other about the Bible,
Yeah.
misinterpreting it, twisting it.
You're describing the second part of the verse, those that can't see God.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. And as a result of that, people are suffering around the world because 99.9% of the people think it's about the vices, and they're trying to get over that, and they're judging themselves for that, and when they fail at that. And then I noticed, even in my church, that because the heart hasn't changed with some, there are people in the church who pretend to be friends, and they agree and they love one another until something happens, until they have a disagreement or until something happens. They turn just like that, and they don't seem to question that. Mm-hmm. Well, I've been agreeing with this person all that time, and now that we disagree on something or I see a weakness, why am I mad at the person? Where's the love for that? Why do I now hate the person? For some reason, it's not being questioned. Mm-hmm. It's the dirtiest thing I ever seen in my whole life. What do you think about that?
It's interesting that you can be it's just weird, dude, that you could be doing, like, you're sitting there listening to Jesse, and you're doing exactly what he's saying. Like, he's describing exactly what a person who, like, is lost would do.
I made the point that you can't trust an angry person. Mm-hmm. And so when the person gets angry, look like they would say to themselves, "Oh, I'm angry. What's wrong with me?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They won't even question themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's written in the Bible a lot in the New Testament with the letters to the churches. They talk about not backbiting and being divided and all that stuff.
Right.
And the whole majority of the Bible talks about getting rid of anger and getting rid of sin. But they twist it around to say, "Oh, anger is good." They cherry pick a verse out of context that says, "Oh, we continue to sin," and "Oh, we continue to be angry, and anger is good."
Amazing.
Wow. Wow, yeah, it's true. You either see God or you don't, like the verse says.
Salvation. Go ahead.
Because you could be describing, oh, if you're an angry person, you're not trustworthy, you're going to turn on someone, and you're doing the very same thing. And you're sitting there listening to Jesse doing it,
yeah,
and you just can't see. It's crazy.
And that's what I add on to what I was saying the other day, that it's not, the whole world is a cult leader world, right? But you can't blame the world. You have to blame the individual because they don't examine themselves to see that they're at fault for following another person. And so likewise, it reminds me that the angry person doesn't even examine themselves to see that they're angry and that their heart has really not changed, because when the challenge came to show love, they show hate instead of showing love.
I've noticed that with some of the Jew critics who say Jesse's not getting to the real issue. The real issue is the Jews who are misleading everybody. But like you point out, you have to blame the person for being misled.
Yeah, it's not
the
real Jew ain't the issue.
Uh-huh.
The real person, the issue is the person that getting mad at the Jew.
Yeah,
You the issue, not the Jew.
right.
Because God talked about love. Love your enemy. Love your neighbor. Love him. It's all about love. It's crazy. And they blame the Jews. You can tell a blind person, an adult, they're always blaming someone else rather than themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris.
I agree. I agree.
It's about the heart, folks. You must be born of the heart. Other than that, you're in hell. That's just the way it is. I asked my experts about blessed are the pure at heart, for they shall see God, something like that. And the one thing I want you to know, folks, is that salvation is being born again of the heart, overcoming the hatred of the heart, the anger of the heart, and being returning to the love of the heart, which is from the Father. And the one way to know that you have not returned to the Father and that you have not been born of the Father is it's so perfect. It's so laid out for you. when you find yourself getting angry, overreacting toward another human being, another person, it's not that person that's the issue. It's a sign for you to examine yourself, to know that it's you. You're getting mad. You're judging. You're playing God. It's not about the other person's issue. It's not about whether they're right or wrong. They got to deal with that. But the fact that you are overreacting, you're getting mad, is an attention getter for you. It should be. There's something wrong with your heart, that you have hatred of the heart. And so don't get mad when things happen. Well, don't try to control yourself. But if you do get mad, just know you got an issue. You're not of love. You're of hate. But if you blame the other person for your overreaction, you're getting mad, or you're feeling embarrassed, or you're jealous, or you're envious, or whatever it might be, it's you. It's for you to look at you. Because once you're born again of the heart is changed from a heart of stone, but to love, which is of God, and there's no emotions in love, right? Once you are born of the heart, it's impossible. Impossible. That's what you are to me. Impossible. Yeah. But once you're born of the heart, it's impossible to get angry, because you don't have it of the heart anymore. It's gone. It's a spirit that made a home in you, and it was taken away from you. And so when the challenges come, only love comes from the heart, not hate. Really. I don't care what people do or say or whatever, what you have or don't have. It is impossible to get angry when you're born of the Father, because there is no anger in the Father. And raising the voice is not anger, folks. What the? So don't get mad when things happen. It's a wake-up call for you to know yourself, to examine thyself, to see that your heart is that of stone and not of love. Because when you have love of the Father, you cannot judge your fellow man. You see that they can't help it. You see that it's not about the vices, but it's about that person have the lack of love, and they're not at peace. And you want to be, because you're of your Father, you want to be that example to point them back to the Father. Being an example of not overreacting is a powerful way to point people back to the Father. All right? So that's how you would know another way. I'm sure there are other ways as well, but that's one way of knowing you're not of the Father. You have a heart of stone. Your heart is angry because you're getting upset. You're overreacting to the issues of life. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.